Oh, wait, Yako's... Wait, so Mio's still alive? What do you think? Do I continue with Tetsuo, or... Oh, who am I kidding? I continue with Tetsuo. I'm too in love with this character. He's so cool.
Sorry for the wait, boss, but I managed to gather some information.
Took you long enough.
Forensics finished their investigation, and the body's been carried away. That said, we're still closing the park to the public, at least for the time being. This place really was giving me the creeps last night. But it looks pretty normal now with the sun out. Oh, so these poor guys haven't slept.
Been up all night gathering information. Must be nice to be young and have that kind of energy. I'm glad to have him on my side. Gave me a chance to rest up. Well, we got ourselves quite the mess. Strange deaths popping up all over the place that may or may not have something to do with the curses. We also need to keep looking out for Yoshimi and Nejima. For now, we better start following up on the few leads we got. So better see what Ariel's found out.
Things at the station were pretty hectic, but I managed to get some info. Let me fill you in.
Thanks. The floor is yours.
A total of 3 mysterious deaths were confirmed in the area, including the one in this park. So let's start with that one, the young man we found here. He's been identified as Shogo Okie, 25 years old, a regular old office worker who worked around here. He died of asphyxiation due to water in his lungs. He drowned.
Drowned? In the middle of the park? It's not possible. It's gotta be a curse we're dealing with here.
About that, boss. Isn't this park associated with one of the 7 mysteries too?
Yeah, that's right.
That's right, the Whispering Canal. does seem like there'd be a link between the canal and the death by drowning, don't you think?
Sharp thinking, Ario. You're starting to get the hang of this. So let's assume they're related. What's next?
Before that, the body of a woman was found behind a residential complex in Kamizawa. The victim has been identified as Tabako Hayashi, 29 years old. She was an office worker who lived on her own in the area. As for the cause of death, well,
Yes.
the entirety of her body was crushed by some strong external force. No murder weapon was discovered in the area, but considering the way she was found, we're looking for something large, flat, and heavy that could have crushed her in one fell swoop.
Hang on. You're saying she was stepped on. Meaning... Ooh. Let me see here. Don't tell me, don't tell me. I'll know it when I see it. Here we go. Yeah, oh wow, so someone actually did get killed by the foot washing machine. Yeah, if someone hears the word wash, then they just get crushed by a giant foot. They literally just get stepped on. So that'd be the foot washing mansion. Wait, do I keep calling it foot washing?
Exactly. Crushing is the foot washing mansion's modus operandi. The place the body was discovered is also known to be related to the Seven Mysteries.
Then this is Namigaki's doing? Yeah, I knew he used it. Judging by the amount of soul dregs, the victim was just a regular person, not a curse bear. Guess we should report this to Paranormal Affairs.
Got it. And as for the third victim? He was identified as Kohei Jonoichi.
Oh no.
To a teacher at Komagata High. He was found in the school's courtyard. Cause of death appears to be external trauma from a fall or heavy blow. The impact crushed his arms and legs. Since he was found in the middle of the courtyard, he couldn't have fallen from the gymnasium or the main building.
The teacher dying at school. And not just any school, Komagata houses one of the Seven Mysteries. Wait. Hang on. But that can't be right, because she didn't use it. So how would he have died? Hang on.
That'd be the Fool's Procession.
Kills by fatal fall, one... Wait... But she didn't use it.
Right. Where the Fool's Procession is supposed to be. It's too big of a coincidence. We can't rule out the possibility that this death was also the work of a curse. I see. Either way, it seems like all three victims can be tied to the Seven Mysteries.
It's probably a curse bear at the center of it all, pulling the strings.
But we stopped her from using the curse.
You got a point. All these strange deaths do point in one direction.
That's right, and Hajime's case wasn't all that different either. He also died of mysterious causes in a place connected to the Seven Mysteries. The problem is that the timing doesn't match up. He died before the curses were activated.
Unless if someone had been holding on to them, like people got them at different times. Could have been hit by a different curse. One that didn't have anything to do with the Seven Mysteries. That's a thought, but if that were the case, we'd be dealing with a powerful practitioner. One who could pull off a curse like that without using a curse stone. There aren't many people this day and age who could do something like that.
Oh, really? I see.
I don't know too much about that stuff. I am suspicious of you immediately. I'd be more surprised if you did.
At the moment, we only know the identity of 4 curse bearers, you included. Yutaro Namigaki had the foot washing machine, and Hideki Araishi had the ever-burning lantern. We've got both of their curse stones. And then there's Nejima, who claims he has the one-sided read.
Yeah, that about sums it up. Yeah, plus what I know. I know that the haunting clappers belongs to Haruo, but that's something I know, not him. Same with Yako.
I don't get when she would have been able to use the Fool's Procession.
Unless if I failed to stop her from using it.
I better find out who the remaining 5 are, quick. How about we go about looking for them?
There's no point searching blindly without a lead. Let's focus on other things for now. Tracking down Nejima may lead us to another of the curse bearers too. Either way, he should be our top priority. Do some real damage if we don't get him. I also want to look a little more into Yoshimi. I got a feeling there's some connection there.
Aye aye, boss. Sounds like we got our work cut out for us. Looking at this death, it seems like many of the curse bearers acted last night.
But we can't rule out that there are more killings from which the bodies haven't been found.
Yikes.
I hadn't thought of that. But there is one silver lining. Judging by my own curse stone, it seems that the curses can't be activated while the sun's out.
That's great news. So basically, we're safe during the daytime.
Exactly. It's also likely why Nejima gave us till dusk.
He must have known the curse stones wouldn't be used during the day. It's not like Nejima didn't have a direct connection to the teacher who talked about the rite of resurrection.
So
maybe the teacher and this killer go a little farther back than we thought.
Either way, we got till nightfall to settle this. It's time we flushed out the other curse bearers.
Aye aye, boss, let's do this. I asked around Sumida's community safety bureau where Yoshimi was stationed. It seemed like he was investigating the apparent suicide of a girl named Michiyo Shiraishi.
Ah, yeah, I heard about that. This is the girl that Yako wants to bring back to life.
He was trying to determine whether it was really a suicide. Looking at the height of the building and the force of impact, her wounds and all that, he must have suspected some kind of foul play, because he was ordered a full investigation. But it's already been deemed a suicide, and his superiors told him not to go stirring things up.
Huh? What was the evidence?
According to the report I found in his desk last night, the body was found at the foot of a building ways away from the road. There was no evidence of a vehicular collision, so that was ruled a suicide, but
he thought there was more to it.
Yes. A truck or other fat-placed vehicle traveling at high speeds could have inflicted similar damage. In other words, sometimes a traffic accident can look an awful lot like a fall.
So there's a chance it wasn't a suicide. What a terrible way to go.
There were no brake marks on the road, meaning it would have been a hit and run. The vehicle would have hit her without slowing down at all.
This is turning into quite a grisly case. The vehicle couldn't have come out from a collision like that unscathed.
Exactly. So I asked the traffic bureau to keep an eye out for any vehicles with frontal damage. But I haven't heard back from them yet. I don't think they're looking very hard.
So we got no proof. That said, if it was a traffic accident rather than suicide, it's possible that someone silenced Yoshimi because he was on the verge of discovering the truth.
That's true. You think the driver was the one who did find him?
Not quite. Yoshimi had already talked to forensics and the traffic bureau, right? His death wouldn't have covered things up.
Right on that. Even if the suicide was a cover-up for a hit and run, it doesn't seem like enough for a reason to kill a cop. That's right. Unrelated, but I got something else, too. I managed to get a hold of Michiyo Shiraishi's address. Yoshimi went there a bunch over the course of his investigation. Might be a good idea for us to drop by, too.
Good thinking. Hopefully that'll give us some more leads. Alright, let's move on to the next topic.
Remember the girl Yoshimi met the other day the day he died? One Hitomi Okuda? Community safety didn't have any contact information for her on hand.
Not even an address?
Well, they had her parents' information, but when I called, they said they hadn't heard from her in a month. Lots of family issues from the sound of it. They said they didn't even want anything to do with her anymore. That said, she still goes to school once in a while, so we might be able to find her there.
Not sure we really have the time for a stakeout right now. She could be a key witness. Can we have community safety? Pardon the yawns. Community safety tracker her down for us.
We can ask, but it might be tricky to get done today. For starters, Komagata High School is closed today.
Ah, because of the teacher that died.
That's right.
Alright. But if it's not something we can do today, we may have to forget about it. Let's move on then.
I got some information about Yoshimi's fiancée from the community safety. Her name is Mayu Chozawa, 27 years old. She works as a beautician in the area. Look, I even managed to get a picture of her. She sure is a beauty. But...
oh boy, here it comes. But what?
Community safety hasn't been able to contact her since Yoshimi died. Not by phone or at her house. In other words, no response. Dead silence.
There it is. Can't things just be easy for once?
Oh wow, she is pretty.
It's definitely starting to look suspect of a crime of passion, perhaps.
It's fairly common for people to be killed by a lover or spouse, but Yoshimi was well liked, and they've been together for over 10 years.
You never know. Things could be different behind closed doors. Closed doors. I can English.
I guess so, Chief. Just keep working on that. It's a hard language.
We'll have to consider the opposite scenario, too. It could be that the same person who was out for Yoshimi was after his fiancée as well. She could be in danger.
You're right. Either way, she's important to the case. HQ has already got people looking for her. We'll know as soon as she's found. HQ's mobilized a search unit for Nejima. But so far, we haven't received any word.
Guessing he wasn't at home or at work?
About that. Apparently he vacated his last known address a week ago.
Are you serious? So we have no idea where he lives?
It gets worse. I checked in with the factory he was working at. They told me he was only there for a month before he quit.
Hold on a second. You're telling me nobody caught that?
Well, I had the same thought, so I spoke to his probation officer. Turns out he'd been doing house visits and interviews, but never bothered checking in at his workplace. He also said he'd lost track of Nejima when he moved into a new place.
That's just sloppy.
I thought they're giving him parole to about anyone these days because they're running out of room in the prisons. Which also means there aren't enough probation officers to go around. Dude's probably overworked.
So Nejima got to muck about unsupervised? Knowingly good at faking remorse or insanity, whatever the situation calls for. Back when I arrested him all those years ago, just talking to him left a bad taste in my mouth.
He's probably hiding under a false name, which will make it hard to track him down. That explained why he so brazenly made contact.
He's mocking us. Well, for now, the paperwork has circulated his name and got a mugshot is being filled. That's going to take way too long. We only have until dusk.
Speaking of Nejima...
Yeah?
Did you manage to reach your daughter? It'd be best to put her in protective custody as soon as possible.
Not yet. I can't reach her. They called, but she's not picking up. Wasn't home when they went to the house either.
It's not good. Does it mean she never came home? And why weren't you the one trying to reach her?
Shut up. I don't have her contact info, alright?
She really doesn't trust you, huh?
Either way. I told her mother that it was an emergency, that we'd send an officer to find her and get her to safety. She was real reluctant, but I got her to agree.
I guess that explains why you got divorced. But if you, her former father, can't find her, how did Nejima do it?
Former? That cuts deep.
Hey, sorry, just kinda slipped out.
Anyway, it has something to do with his curse echo.
Back on topic already, huh?
He said his curse echo could kill a lot of people in a short time. They even allow him to act from a distance.
I see.
One-sided read. What was that story again?
Something about a man stalking a woman who goes insane and chops her up.
Right. One of the more gruesome of the 7 mysteries. And they put it in Nejima's hands. Oh my god.
As for Nejima's whereabouts, all we can do is throw more people at it until we find something. Check in with HQ frequently to see if they've got any updates.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a guess at how his curse works. I'm guessing his curse has something to do, like, it has to be someone he is obsessed with. He has to make them his obsession, maybe even stalk them, and then they just die. God, that is... Ugh. Given what we know about his murder case at this point, that's not a hard ask for him, actually. Ugh. Yeah, this really couldn't get any worse.
And that's about it. Shall we continue our investigation? We could go to Komagata High School to look into Hitomi Okuda, or Michio Shiraishi's house to find out more about her.
There's a lot we need to do, not a lot we can do. It ain't looking too good. We're gonna run out of time if we don't do something. Gotta keep moving. Let's see. Well, we're able to continue people's stories now. See, yeah, Shogo Okie dies right there. I'm gonna follow Hitomi's help, considering that comes before. Nice. It just makes sense for me to jump back and follow the time.
Okay, Mio's not dead. Yay! Good morning, Yako. Huh? Yako, rise and shine. You're up.
It's morning.
You okay? Can you remember your name?
Duh.
Yes, I'm Yako Sakazaki. Good. Seems like you're fully awake. Mio, thanks for last night. Is everything okay? Yep, still alive. I couldn't dispel the curse echo or learn the identity of who used it, but I managed to at least get away. But in that situation, it's best you can hope for. Sorry I got you involved in something so dangerous.
Actually, hold up. That teacher was found dead. The only other people in that room besides Nejima were Mio, Makoto, and Hitomi. Is it possible for more than one person to somehow have the same curse? Because if that's the case, then either... The only thing that would make sense to me would be if Mio did it. I can't even remember when I fell asleep.
It's okay. It's only natural to be exhausted after what you went through. Besides, I also feel badly that you've been wrapped up in all this. It's supposed to be my job to prevent that from happening.
Oh yeah, you said... Oh. I'm still in the detective voice.
Oh yeah, you said something about that last night. Just who are you exactly, Mio? Oh, well, the truth is, I've been trained in things having to do with the supernatural.
Huh? You can learn that kinds of stuff like you would with flower arranging?
I had quite an eventful childhood.
Sounds like it must have been tough.
Yes, it would take a long time to explain, so let's leave it at that for now. As fate would have it, I've ended up as the apprentice, or maybe more like the assistant, to a notable paranormal expert. Schools have always had more paranormal disturbances because young people tend to be more susceptible to these things. I'm sent to schools that may experience something paranormal and put a stop to it before it happens.
Wow, that's amazing. So it's like you're a part-time job you do while you're also being a student?
Well, I do help maintain public order, but it's all part of my training, so I don't get any money.
Oh, you're kind of rough then.
But still, that really is amazing. You were so cool when you faced off against that evil spirit. I never know if I should be happy when you compliment me like that. But anyways, that's why it's up to me to resolve any paranormal issues at the school. So I'm gonna look into the cause of all this. But for now, let's head to school. Yeah. Oh, do you have your curse stone? Well, it's daytime. Its power is diminished. I should be able to hold on to it. Want to give it a try? Right, I do have it, but... Yeah, go. Is it really so wrong? Trying to bring Michio back, I mean? I can't approve of it. The rite may seem like a dream come true, but if it involves taking the lives of other people, then... Yeah, true. I want to make sure this whole ritual ends without anyone getting hurt. So I believe that I'll put... what I'll put before anything else. I'm sorry, but is it okay if I hold on to it? Yako. I promise I won't use the curse no matter what, but maybe there's some other way. I just have this feeling I shouldn't give up on the possibility just yet. That said, I'll help you, even if it's to stop the curses. For the Michio that still exists within me, I'll settle things so that we can move forward. Okay, but if you're ever in danger, you can give it to the cursed stone at any point. Right. Thanks, Mio. Okay then, let's go.
Yes, let's learn about the candy shop.
Candy shops are known for selling cheap treats to kids. Many homes. These are traditional candy shops survived during a period of high economic growth.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't think they're even going to be able to go to school.
Huh? I thought it was unusually noisy. There's a big group of people and police in front of the school. Did something happen? If the police are here, then something must have. I'll go ask. Thanks. This isn't good. Huh? What happened? Don't panic, okay? The first teacher who came to work this morning found something. Okay. Mr. Jonoichi was found dead in the middle of the school grounds. What? They're closing the school for today. But that's not all. I didn't know this either since I didn't watch the morning news, but rumors are spreading that a number of bodies were found nearby. There's no way! Why? Could it be because of the curse? We don't know enough to say.
Oh my god, wait a minute. She did activate the curse. And because she ran away, she wasn't seen. Oh no. Oh no.
From what I heard, Mr. Jonochi's body was in the middle of the grounds. But his body was covered in bruises like he'd fallen from somewhere high.
Yeah, oh no.
Weird. Taking into account his unnatural death and the timing, it's very likely that it has something to do with the curse. You're saying someone used the curse on him last night? Seems like it, doesn't it? That's so scary. Yeah. Yeesh, so the curses really do kill people. And someone used it. Shh, keep your voice down, okay? What happened if another curse bearer heard you? Sorry.
I was gonna update saying here. His deceased body was discovered at the school grounds at dawn.
I wish we had a little more information, but they've locked up the front gate. Maybe we could sneak in through the back entrance. That person over there. Isn't that Hitomi Okuda? You're right. That's unusual. Oh, but she was at the school last night, too. She must know something about Mr. Jonichi. See what she has to say. Mio, wait for me! Huh. So you're telling me the two of you were the ones at school last night? No sense hiding it, then. Plus, I owe you one, Mio. I'll tell you everything I know. Thank you. She owes you? Yeah. Right after I transferred here, she was in a bit of trouble. She gave me one of those, what was it? Oh, exorcisms. Huh, so that's what it was. Tell me, were you possessed by some kind of a spirit? I don't understand it too well myself. What I can say for sure is, thanks to Mio, the weird symptoms that were happening to me all went away. Yep. So people were born with a natural sensitivity to the paranormal. They tend to end up isolated as they struggle to relate to the people around them. They also tend to draw spirits to them naturally. This can cause strange symptoms you don't understand, like headaches, muscle stiffness, and hallucinations, even memory problems. I'm sure it must have been very hard. So that's how it works, huh? Do people also have their personality taken over when they possess too? It is possible spirits have a very close relationship to the target, like siblings or a parent and a child. I almost never hear about people being taken over completely. That's when the two parties aren't in sync, that those negative effects can start to appear. So the seances or whatever you see on TV are all bogus? Not quite. There are mediums and diviners who can align their minds with the spirits they call. Though, there are people on TV who are just putting it on a performance. There are people who in life are extremely powerful spirit sense or a deep connection with that person. But they shouldn't be able to completely take over the person that they possess. And even if they could, it'd only be enough pressure to them to choose certain behaviors that wouldn't be unusual for them to do on their own to begin with. So kind of like what I'm doing with you guys? If that's the case, wouldn't you not know if you were choosing the behavior of your own will or not? Hence why there are a lot of cases where people don't even realize they're possessed. The spirit may influence the behavior and memories of the host. The deeper their connection in life, the easier it is for that to occur. I see. Getting possessed by a spirit is pretty complicated, huh? It must have been tough for you being possessed for so long, Hitomi. Whatever might happen to me doesn't make any difference. Me being able to see the spirits and stuff has nothing to do with how things ended up like this. Yeah, it's not like you're able to see them as you're being able to see them as your fault either. Same goes for me. Maybe it's just something we have to live with. I think you might have a knack for it yourself, Yako. I bet you could see them too with a little training. I think I'll pass. Did you hear about Mr. Jonochi? I heard about it. I've known about it since last night. Saw that asshole bite on the school grounds myself. What? You saw it happen? Tell us about it. What happened exactly? I don't really know myself. It was pitch black. But I can tell you, it was almost dawn. Probably around 3. He started freaking out all of a sudden. Ran out to the ground screaming something, like someone was chasing him, and then he screamed. Ark, somebody help me! Forgive me, Michio! Or something like that while he was running around. Michio? He mentioned Michio? Was there anyone else on the grounds? It's too dark to see from where it was. But for just a second, I think I saw a girl in a school uniform with hair in braids. Oh? I didn't go out to make sure, so it couldn't have been nothing for all I know. I heard him begging for his life, like, I was wrong, I'll do anything. This like Starbucks. And all of a sudden, his arms and legs snapped, even though he was just standing there. His arms and legs broke without anything being done to him? I fell over and quit moving, so I thought I'd better get out of there. Then he croaked. That's all I saw. I see. From what you've told us, it all sounds like Michio's ghost chased down Mr. Jonochi and killed him. Well, if I know anything about that, I'm just telling you what I heard him say. You tell me, last night before you witnessed Mr. Jonochi collapse, can I ask what he and you were doing in the classroom? You gonna tell the cops? Oh, right. Everything that's happened with Mr. Jonochi, they'll suspect you if we told them we saw you with him last night. Anytime something happens with someone like me, all those shitty adults start jumping to conclusions. I understand. And I wouldn't tell them. You wouldn't have been able to kill him anyway. If you say so, then I don't mind telling you about it. So last night, that piece of shit Jonochi called me over here, acting like he was gonna attack me or something. How terrible! Whatever, I'm glad he's dead. He had it coming. Calling people worthless and a cancer on society when he doesn't know anything about them. One always acting like scum, if you ask me. Is that so? Tell us in more detail why he called you in the middle of the night. It's hard to explain. Where to start? Is something bad? I feel like I missed something. No Michio Shiraishi, right? The girl who killed us? No, Michio? I don't know everything, but that creep of a teacher had some dirt on her. He was using it to blackmail her. Call her up after school and make her do whatever he wanted. Oh, God. What? What do you mean when you say whatever you want? I'll leave it to your imagination. But not a couple mild students like you'd ever get involved in. No way, that's... How? Dirt? I don't know anything about this. How could I have not known about this? Yako, I know how you feel, but try to calm down. You got guts acting like you were a friend. Jonochi really did a number on both Michio's body and soul. Probably felt she couldn't tell anyone, like she had to suffer alone. Terrible. You told me, how do you know about this? I just happened to walk in on it. I know the spots around school people go to when they want to stay out of sight. He ran off in a panic when I yelled at him asking what he was doing. Walked in on it? Couldn't just leave her alone, looking like she was about to cry, so I stuck around for a bit. She told me everything that happened in whispers. She probably figured I wasn't the type to spread stuff around. She never asked for my help. She told me that she was fine and to keep it a secret. Why? She probably thought she just had to grit her teeth till it was through. She was naive. I tried to tell her that if you give guys like that an inch, they'll take a mile. She kept saying how it was her punishment. She was soft. No. Of course, Jonochi didn't change. He kept on doing what he was doing. I don't understand either of them, but that's as much as I was involved. And then she killed herself. Nothing I can do about it now. If you knew about it, why didn't you... Trying to say it's my fault? She told me not to say anything. She told me she was fine. What the hell more responsibility do I have other than what I already did? Go. There's no point blaming Hitomi. Michio. Why? Did you hear what this dirt was? Nope, never heard what it was. From the sound of it, he'd been blackmailing her since about a year ago. How long? Dick probably caught her doing something she shouldn't have been. She looked well behaved, but there's more to a person than meets the eye, you know. There must be some reason. Dunno, got nothing to do with me. I mean, harsh, but she's right, it doesn't have anything to do with her. Did you tell the story to the police? Nope, and I ain't gonna. Can't count on them for shit. Not like they believe such an insane story anyways. Right. There's gonna be at least one person in the police who's worth trusting, right? Yeah, I guess there was this cop who always got on my case about stuff. But he died just the other day. Oh, he did? Sorry to hear that. Everyone who gets involved with me ends up dead. Maybe I really am cursed. Pisses me off. Got it all wrong. The spirit that possessed you wasn't that kind of spirit. Huh? Wasn't? Yeah, this is just an unfortunate coincidence. Though, I'm sure that was hard enough for you. All I know about the asshole's death. Hey, Mio, I'm thinking something. The way she described it reminded me of something. When Schrodinger died, it sounds a lot like how Michio died. Of course, I didn't see it myself, but the state Michio's body was in, it was like she had been fallen from high up. They could have been killed. Could they have been killed by the same curse? I don't think so. The curse of the Seven Mysteries hadn't manifested when she died. We don't know that. If we can trust what the spirit board said, then Michio died in an accident. Oh, right. What you described just sounds like Michio killed Mr. Jonochi. She did have a reason to hate him after all. No way. You mean there really was a ghost? Like, for real? Those who die bearing a strong resentment or regret can occasionally become spirits, either bound to a place or roaming freely. However, it'd usually be impossible for them to kill the living. Most don't have that kind of power. It's possible they could possess someone close to them, acting on their lingering regrets. That would explain why... That would explain why Yako got a little more murder hungry than expected. Not just because of the curse, but there's a chance that... Oh my god. Hold up. Okay. Theory. Yako got home around 2, maybe 3 in the morning. No, she gets home at 2. So, what if Michio possessed her, and she didn't even know it, and then Michio used her curse? She used Yako's curse to kill the teacher. I wonder if that's what happened. Alright then, supposing that the spirit board is true about Michio's death was an accident, then she must have had some regrets. If she really hadn't given up on living, that is. I don't think she was the kind of girl who would just give up no matter the situation. I don't really know, but she didn't seem like she had some torment in her so much that she'd kill herself. Anything's possible. Yeah, that it fits. That's why you do what you do, huh, Mia? I thought she was a weirdo when she showed up, and all of a sudden saying she was gonna exercise me. If you hadn't said anything, I probably would have knocked your lights out. You tried to perform an exorcism on her without telling her anything? See, my experience, most people don't understand no matter how much I explain. They only expect the explanation after they've seen results. Guess that makes sense. So last night, how did it start? Right. Remember that nosy cop I mentioned who's always on my case? He died at the former Yasuda Gardens a couple days ago. Yoshimi was his name. He was part of the juvenile division. He didn't look like a cop at all. Real rough guy, but good at looking out for folks. So he was the only one I could talk to. Huh. So there was someone like that with the police. Too bad he ended up dying. Oh, another thing. One time he suddenly introduces his fiancée to me. It was hilarious seeing a big guy like that act like a shy little kid all of a sudden. She told me she was like me when she was my age, and that she was on my side. Must have been a terrible loss for her, too. I'm having suspicions I feel like I shouldn't be having. Yeah, I do feel a little bad for her when I think about how sad she must be. And I saw him at the gardens the night he died. Oh, no. Whenever I would get worked up over something, Yoshimi always took me straight to that park. Then he'd listen to whatever it was I was pissed off about. That day he called me over there like usual. Something seemed off about him, like he was worried about something. Worried about something? Yeah, he asked me for a favor, too. That's pretty unusual. What kind of favor? He handed me a weird talisman and asked me to hold on to it for him. Talisman? Yeah, it's a normal good luck charm. I figured if that's it, then sure, I'll take it. I have it with me now. That wasn't all. Then he told me that he wanted to look for a talisman Michio Shiraishi had that looked like this one. Michio? What does she have to do with this? Yoshimi had been meeting up and talking with her. While they were together, he noticed that she had a special talisman or something. But apparently Michio always avoided the subject. A talisman that Michio had. Okay, it's all starting to fit. He knew that I knew her. That's why he asked me. He said, Could there have been something that Michio couldn't even tell the police about? I know things at home were a little complicated. Spill your tea, Cheshi. On which part? I heard Michio was keeping her mouth shut about what Jonichi was doing to her. Not to talk about the cops when someone's got dirt on you. And I didn't squeal on anything about Michio either. Michio, what is that had such a strong grip on you? So basically, Yoshimi didn't just have his eye on Michio, but her talisman too. But after she died, he didn't know where it ended up. Since I knew it from school, he wanted me to look into it for him. Is there something special about the two talismans? Wonder why he gave it to you. Well, if I know. When I looked inside it, it's just a weird, kind of grimy scrap of wood. So you've seen inside it. From the way he was acting, it seemed important to him somehow. But to be honest, he was asking such a pain in the ass. I figured he had to be serious about it. What questions do you have? I'm suspicious, that Yoshimi's fiance might have been jealous of him, talking to all these girls. I don't know. He told me he meets her one time, and then she starts getting and then things start getting all weird. Oh, since he died right after that. Yeah, he even said to me, if anything happens to me, take those two talismans. Give them away to a guy named Nakagoshi at the police department. Knowing what I know now, he probably felt that something was going to happen to him. Nakagoshi? Do you know him, Mio? No, I've just heard the name, I think. So there really is a Nakagoshi. That's a relief, at least. Anyway, it didn't feel right just ignoring a dead guy's last request. Tell me. Yeah? The talisman. Would you mind if I had a look at it? Sorry, but I don't trust you that much yet. It's important to me. Okay. Last night you were looking for the talisman Michio had. Yeah. And I figured that piece of garbage teacher would know the most about Michio. I asked him yesterday afternoon if he knew anything about her talisman. He gave me some cryptic response like, I can't talk about it now, come to the school tonight. He even gave me the code to the lock on the back entrance. Seemed pretty willing to give it out, so I wouldn't be surprised if he used it for secret meetings before. Yeah, I can only imagine. Climbed over the front gate to get in. So yeah, we met in the upper classroom in the middle of the night. Nothing he said made any sense. Like that I was really Michio and stuff like that. Went on and on about how it was my fault and that if only I hadn't been around or something. He grabbed a hold of me, breathing heavily. You okay? Yeah, that's right, when you two showed up. I was able to get away while Jonichi was freaking out. Gosh, I think he got away. Really all thanks to you two that I got away. But I didn't get any info about the talisman, so the whole thing was sort of a bust. Afterward, I was wondering what you two were up to, so I hid nearby. And I saw you and old man Ashimiya talking and then Mio showed up. Oh, you did? That's also why I saw Jonichi come back outside and bite it. I see. So you were only here to look for Michio's talisman. And that's all I know. Happy? Still gotta look for the talisman. Sure, thank you, Hitomi. If you do find out anything about Michio's talisman, we'll be sure to let you know. Thanks. Can we get your contact info? Where can we normally find you? Right, I'm not home most of the time. I'm usually at a friend's place. Here's the phone number. Thanks. We'll call her if we need to talk to you. And, what is it? You're easier to talk to than I imagined. I was kinda scared at first, but not anymore. Shut up! You're the one avoiding me! Anyway, catch you later. Don't die out there, okay? Uh-huh. Thanks. We'll be careful. Alright then. We got a lot of new information. Sounds like Mr. Janochi was killed by a curse, just as we thought. Which means there was a curse bear at the school. Multiple, in fact. Multiple? You think so? Yeah. The curse echo we experienced in the school and the one that killed Mr. Janochi seem to be different. People in school at the time other than us were Mr. Janochi, Hitomi, and Old Man Ashimiya, who you ran into. And we know he's a curse bearer. I was thinking it would be among them, but there was one more person. Hitomi saw a girl in school uniform with braids. From what Hitomi was saying, it doesn't seem like she's the one. Mr. Janochi was pretty suspicious, though. If he were a curse bearer, it would certainly explain why he was killed. Right. That's why I say there are multiple. Alright, the person who killed Mr. Janochi would have had to be one too. Which means it must be either the mysterious girl or Old Man Ashimiya.
Or both.
Yeah. We should certainly be careful around them. That said, the mysterious girl and the fact that Mr. Janochi thought it was Michio who was attacking him has me wondering. Of course, I doubt Michio herself was actually there, but just remembered. This was on Mr. Araishi outside the main gate last night. You did? It's likely he's involved with the curses, given what he's doing research of the Rite of Resurrection. So I'll have to be careful of Old Man Ashimiya too and Mr. Araishi. I want to believe that not all curse bearers will be hostile, but as for what to do now, I'd like to find who's responsible for the Feast of Shadows to set this off and how they did it. I think we'll be able to end this without stepping at its source. That makes sense. In which case, we should do what exactly? We need to talk to Mr. Araishi. He definitely knows something. Should be safer during the day, so I think we should try to look for him. Got it. I'll help in any way I can. The school's closed. I wonder where he could be. Let's try heading to someplace someone may know where he is. Where to go then?
Komagata Bridge, Ryogoku Bridge.
I'd check the school first.
Because it closed doesn't mean he ain't there.
And so, Yo Kurosuzu and Yako Sakazaki decided on their next location to investigate.
Wait, am I not able to make any more progress based on that?
Would it change anywhere else?
Okay, so this is one of those interactive parts. Meaning, I need to send them somewhere it counts. Is it just gonna end the same way each time? And so, yeah, okay, this is gonna end the same. Yes, I'm going to check each option. I want to know. I want to make sure I'm doing this right. What the heck? It really is just going to end the same way at each one? Well, that makes... I guess that means I'll have to continue this another time.